based on the interest form we filled out when you purchased your ticket, we have assigned you roles. And the objective is to complete the highlighted task on your card in the course of the game. Is that some of your actions set off other actions, so make sure to make your decision.
Julep, Laertes! Julep, I didn't kill nobody! Julep, Laertes, you killed your dad! Julep now!
Your dad must say that you love me. Do you love me? I love you. Over there. Hamlet, I'm gonna kill myself.
Get out of here! That's England!
Oh, okay. Bye guys, I'm open.
I did it!
I got a lot of reasons to assume that you did kill my father, actually.
Oh yeah? Prove it! Did you kill Polonius?
Did you kill my dad?
Yeah.
My dad?
You freaking do
I think we were unclear on if we were going with the plot of the play or just doing things at random. Because I know Sam off himself a little early.
I had one thing to do. I mean, I was excited to get to duel Hamlet, and that's like all I really focused on.
Because we didn't have the full story arc, we just had our pieces. It was kind of hard to see where they fit in. So like, I had two things to do. I didn't know when they would come up, but I kept getting like prompted by people to do things that weren't even on my card.
So it was like, I had like a thing to do before, sort of like my little triggered action, and then my trigger, and then my main thing.
It was free form, so we didn't know what was going to happen.
You kind of wanted to do like a 180 on the tone of Hamlet.
Do you mean make it more lighthearted?
I mean, it was like, I don't know how intentional it was, but it ended up being like really funny. And did you guys want it to be that funny? Were you purposefully pushing against how dour Hamlet is?
I mean, you can't really plan for other people, which is kind of curious how well could we set it up, and it's the kind of thing that the only way we can find out is to have guinea pigs.
As per our title, Perception, part of the reason that you guys only had a piece of the story was because the biggest thing that we drew out of Hamlet was that everyone perceives each other differently and perceives what's going on differently. And so we wanted, the reason that we chose this exercise is because we thought that would be a really interesting way to tell the story, is what happens when you actually only know what is on your card.
If you wanted to really just see how that story would unfold, give us different names. It might be interesting to give people a little bit more information about maybe who their alliances are or who their enemies are.
I wasn't given the information of the play and the backstory to really draw any new conclusions. I was just giving it a couple details.
You're always the most important person in your story, right? So like, Fortinbras is totally the most important person in the room because it's your story if that's all you know. And if you don't know that it is the story of Hamlet, then it's totally a story about you.
At the end of it, would people realize that what they've been a part of is a really interesting adaptation of Hamlet, or just an interactive theatrical experience?
Even if it's inspired by it, it can be funny. I mean, I don't think you have to limit yourself. It has to achieve one of the many things that Hamlet does for it to be an adaptation of it.
I think it increased curiosity, which is very important.
If Voltaman walked up to me and said, hey, I need you to go try and stab Claudius, I'm like, well, do I listen to him? Is he just a character that's interacting with me? Or how do I know that he can tell me to do that?
Shade tag around people's necks of who they are so you can see, would probably make it, that would take away the need to know who people are in the class or audience or whatever, and it would be completely like